engineer, international engineering Google from the US, who's talking about Unicode.
The good news is that almost every written language already can be used on the internet, on almost every device in the world. Next slide, please. Oh, I'm sorry, I should know technology. So I'd like to give you a few examples of success that's been had with basic language technology for supporting languages. And I'm including 3 groups, the Cherokee in North America, Pular Fulfulde in Africa, and both of those groups are presenting posters tomorrow, and they will be live here. The third example is Chakma. Our Chakma friend could not attend, but he sent a video, which I'm hoping we'll be able to play. Can you help me play that? Or do I play it myself? You might need to switch screens.
Juju Bekonore. I am Bivuti Chakma. I would like to talk to you about...
I should know how to do this better. Let me tell you a little bit about Bivuti. Bivuti is a man who has been working on his language. He has, like the others, all worked in getting his writing system into the Unicode standard. He has worked with Google and other companies to develop computer keyboards and fonts, and he's going to tell about it himself.
My language Chakma and how to advance to become digital, revive from being endangered, connected with social media, messaging platform and YouTube. Since I was born, I have found that my language has been very neglected. It is used only in speech. If the language is lost, then we will disappear one day. This language needs to be protected. To protect my language, I made it digital, starting with creating a font. The font name is Uni. Now works well in modern technology on computer, internet, and smartphone. Then I had to create a Chakma keyboard layout. It was upgraded with the help of the Keyman team. This keyboard name is Easy Chakma keyboard, and it supports iPhone and iPad, Linux, MacOS, Android, Windows, mobile webs. In May 2018, Facebook added our Chakma language. Google Keyboard apps added my keyboard layout on Android in September 2019. We added a virtual keyboard, Chakma converter, and some resources for Chakma language. I have published my activities in a book. Now it is time to change our attitude and understand that technology is helping us sustain indigenous language. First, the people of the indigenous communities must come forward voluntarily to open their language to technology, as I am currently doing. I strongly urge all indigenous people to digitalize their language so young people can learn it too. Thanks to everyone. Bekunore Juju, Apatrutru.
Great, thank you. So what I'd like to do is tell you basic stuff that many of you know already, but it's important to understand that there is basic bits and bytes stuff down underneath. In any computer system, in any computer system, any text is important to understand that it's in digital form, in codes. That is put through a software system which is called Renderer, which uses fonts to display image data. And those images are individual characters in most cases. And that's always using a font. The font is simply a table of codes that are indexed into a set of shapes. So the 3 essentials for getting a language online, and text underlies all the technologies we've been talking about today, are a standard for encoding the characters, fonts that actually define the shapes of the characters that are displayed, and ways that people can actually enter these characters in the first place. And there are many different ways of doing that. Encoding is the term we use that just says it's an agreement that certain codes mean certain characters. So for example, the codes given there, U plus 41, U plus 1000, U plus 1817, are all codes representing the abstract concept of characters. But it is important to note that these do not specify the exact shape of the character, and that many fonts can be implemented to show exactly the form of the character that one wants. Unicode is a way of making this happen that is universally useful. It provides a unique character for each, or a unique code for each character of all the different writing systems in the world that have been encoded so far. And each code not only includes the name of the abstract character and a representative shape, but also has character properties that can be used for further information processing, such as upper and lower casing, or determining where things break between words, between sentences, between lines. The Unicode standard was developed by several people sitting together, probably over a beer, back in California in the early 1990s, and the first release was done by the Unicode Consortium with only 24 different writing systems. They added the CJK, Chinese, Japanese, and Korean ideographs shortly, and the latest release last summer now has 150 scripts, and yes, that does include emojis, and there are now 137,000 characters, and new versions are released annually. Unicode is important. Why? Well, because it's a default on almost every computer system in the world these days. It took a while, but it's also important to note that it's stable. It doesn't change. And because each character in each of the languages has a unique